What if the blurry vision, the dry eyes, and the nighttime struggles you've been blaming on getting older actually have nothing to do with age at all? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this happens, and more importantly, exactly what you can do about it. Most people assume that losing your eyesight is simply something that comes with growing older. You've heard it 100 times, it's normal, it happens to everyone eventually. But that's only half the truth. Your eyes do change as the years go by, yes. Still, when your vision starts declining rapidly, or your eyes feel constantly dry and strained, that's usually pointing to something else entirely. More often than not, the real issue is that your body isn't getting the nutrients your eyes need to keep functioning properly. Here's something most people never stop to consider. Your eyes are among the most nutrient-demanding organs in your entire body. When they're deprived of what they need, they don't simply grow older gracefully, they start to struggle. That's when the warning signs creep in: blurry vision, trouble seeing at night, and that nagging feeling of eye strain that never seems to go away. And one nutrient your eyes depend on more than almost anything else is vitamin A. It's what allows you to see clearly, especially in dim light. Without enough of it, your night vision weakens, and over time, the surface of your eye can grow dry and damaged. You've probably been told your whole life that carrots are the answer for healthy eyes. But what if I told you there are everyday vegetables sitting in your kitchen right now that carry up to 9 times more vitamin A than carrots, and almost nobody eats them? In this video, I'm going to break all of this down in a simple, practical way, so you understand exactly what's happening to your eyes and what you can start doing about it today. After that, we'll dig into the hidden habits most people never think twice about, everyday behaviors and nutritional gaps that quietly accelerate vision decline. And here's the part that catches most people off guard: the majority of adults have no idea they're doing any of this to themselves. Before we go any further, take a second to like this video and hit subscribe, because what you're about to hear isn't just interesting, it could genuinely shape how well you see for years to come. Number 1. Pine bark extract. Pine bark extract comes from, as the name suggests, the bark of pine trees, and it's loaded with natural antioxidant compounds. These antioxidants work to shield the body from the damage caused by unstable molecules that, over time, can wear down the delicate structures inside the eye. One of the most well-known forms of this extract is sold under the name pycnogenol, and in recent years, scientists have taken a much closer look at what it might do for vision, particularly in older adults. First, pine bark extract appears to support healthy intraocular pressure, the pressure that builds inside the eye. This matters a great deal, because keeping that pressure in check helps protect against glaucoma. As we touched on earlier, when pressure inside the eye stays elevated for too long, it can damage the optic nerve, the very structure responsible for carrying visual signals to the brain. Research published in the Journal of Ocular Pharmacology and Therapeutics found that people using pine bark extract saw improvements in their eye pressure over time. It's not a substitute for medical treatment, but it may serve as a useful complement alongside proper care. Your eyes rely on a steady supply of blood to deliver oxygen and nutrients where they're needed. When circulation slows down, your eyes simply can't perform at their best. This is another area where pine bark extract may help, supporting blood flow, including through the tiny vessels that surround the eyes. Then there's oxidative stress to consider. As the body ages, it naturally produces harmful byproducts that damage cells, and the eyes are particularly vulnerable to this kind of wear and tear because they're constantly exposed to light and the elements. Pine bark extract's antioxidants work to neutralize these harmful substances, helping to lower the risk of damage to the tissues of the eye. It's important to be clear, though, pine bark extract isn't some miracle cure. It works best as one piece of a much bigger picture: good nutrition, healthy daily habits, and regular eye checkups. As a natural addition to that foundation, however, it can offer meaningful support for long-term eye health. Pine bark extract is typically taken as a supplement, with common doses ranging from 50 to 150 milligrams a day, depending on your individual needs and health situation. That said, always talk to a healthcare professional before adding any new supplement to your routine, since some can interact with medications or may not be appropriate for certain conditions. Now let's move on to one of the most powerful, widely available vegetables for eye health, one you likely already know, but probably underestimate. Number 2. Pumpkin leaves. Pumpkin leaves rank among the richest natural sources of beta-carotene, a plant compound your body converts directly into vitamin A. This matters enormously because vitamin A plays a direct role in both how well you see in low light and how healthy the surface of your eyes remains. Research shows that pumpkin is one of the most concentrated natural sources of provitamin A available, meaning it delivers a powerful plant-based precursor that your body can convert and put to use with remarkable efficiency. What makes pumpkin especially valuable is how gentle it is on the digestive system, making it an ideal choice for seniors who may struggle with sensitive digestion or a reduced appetite. The good news doesn't stop there. Pumpkin isn't just nutritious, it's also incredibly easy to prepare in a variety of ways, making it simple to work into your meals on a regular basis. The first option is pumpkin porridge. Start with a small, fresh pumpkin. Wash it thoroughly, peel away the skin, and scoop out the seeds. Cut the flesh into small, even cubes so it cooks evenly. Place the cubes in a pot with just enough water to cover them, then bring it to a boil over medium heat for roughly 15 to 20 minutes, until the pumpkin turns soft. Drain off any extra water if necessary, then mash the pumpkin until it's smooth and creamy. Add a splash of warm milk or water to reach your preferred consistency, stirring gently until it forms a soft, porridge-like texture. Serve it warm, and if you like, finish with a pinch of cinnamon or a drizzle of honey. Beyond its benefits for eye health, pumpkin porridge offers plenty of other advantages. Because it's cooked and mashed, it's soft and gentle on the stomach, making it easy to digest and helping the body absorb its nutrients more efficiently. It also delivers natural fiber to support smooth digestion, along with antioxidants that help protect your cells from damage. Made with just a handful of ingredients, it becomes a simple, nourishing meal that supports eye health, immune function, and overall well-being, all without putting any strain on your digestive system. Another way to enjoy pumpkin is roasted, paired with olive oil. To make roasted pumpkin, peel your pumpkin, remove the seeds, and cut it into small, even cubes. Preheat your oven to around 200 degrees Celsius. Arrange the cubes on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, drizzle lightly with olive oil, and toss to coat evenly. Add a pinch of salt if you'd like. Roast for 20 to 25 minutes, flipping the pieces halfway through, until they turn soft with slightly golden edges. This dish supports eye health on two fronts. The pumpkin supplies beta-carotene that converts into vitamin A, while the olive oil helps your body absorb those nutrients more effectively. But powerful as pumpkin is on its own, there's a bigger truth here worth understanding. Vitamin A doesn't work in isolation. Your eyes don't depend on a single nutrient, they rely on a whole combination of vitamins and minerals working together to stay strong, clear, and well protected. With that in mind, let's turn to another vegetable that plays a major role in protecting your vision over the long term, one you're already very familiar with. Number 3. Bell peppers. When people think of bell peppers, flavor is usually the first thing that comes to mind, and rightly so. But here's a fact about bell peppers that surprises most adults. They're often treated as little more than a colorful ingredient, but nutritionally, they're worth far more than most people realize. Bell peppers are especially rich in vitamin C, one of the most essential nutrients for keeping your eyes healthy, particularly as you get older. Vitamin C is a powerful ally in protecting the body's cells from damage, the kind of damage that builds up gradually as harmful substances accumulate over time. The eyes are especially exposed to this risk, since they're constantly bombarded by light, oxygen, and environmental factors like dust and pollution. Without proper support, this ongoing exposure can slowly wear down eye tissue and diminish how well it functions. That's exactly where bell peppers step in. The vitamin C found in bell peppers also helps keep the lens of the eye clear and fully functional. Without adequate vitamin C, the cells that make up the lens can weaken, which may affect the sharpness of your vision. Then there's collagen, another key nutrient in bell peppers. Collagen helps maintain the structure and strength of tissues throughout the body, including those within the eye. Healthy collagen levels help keep the eye structure stable and support its overall function. When it comes to hydration, the vitamin C in bell peppers helps keep the body's tissues, including the eyes, properly hydrated. For people in their later years, this hydration can go a long way toward easing dryness, irritation, and the general discomfort so common among older adults. Research into cataracts has found that vitamin C acts as a powerful antioxidant, countering oxidative stress within the lens. It also functions almost like a physiological sunscreen, shielding the lens from ultraviolet light-induced damage, while helping regenerate vitamin E and glutathione to further boost the body's antioxidant defenses. What makes bell peppers so practical is that they're not only nutritious but also easy to work into your everyday meals. They come in a range of colors: red, yellow, and green, each offering its own set of beneficial nutrients, with red peppers typically carrying the highest vitamin C content. To get the most out of them, though, preparation matters, since certain cooking methods preserve their nutrients better than others. Let's walk through some simple ways to prepare bell peppers. Start with fresh, firm peppers. Look for ones with vibrant color and no soft spots or wrinkling. Rinse them thoroughly under clean running water to remove any dirt or residue. Slice off the top and remove the seeds inside. The seeds and white membrane aren't harmful, but taking them out gives you a smoother, more pleasant texture. Cut the peppers into thin strips or bite-sized pieces. Depending on how you plan to use them, smaller pieces are easier to cook and gentler for seniors to chew and digest. From there, warm a small amount of olive oil in a pan, add the sliced peppers, and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. You want them slightly softened while still retaining a bit of crunch. Just be careful not to overcook them, since vitamin C breaks down quickly under high heat. Another option is a fresh bell pepper salad. Simply toss raw sliced peppers with cucumber, a squeeze of lemon juice, and a pinch of salt. This keeps all of the vitamin C intact and makes for a refreshing, easy meal. You can also try stuffed bell peppers. Cut them in half, remove the seeds, fill them with cooked rice, vegetables, or lean protein, and bake lightly until tender, giving you a more filling dish without sacrificing nutrition. Finally, there's bell pepper and vegetable soup. Simmer peppers with carrots, onions, and a touch of garlic, then blend until smooth, a wonderful option for seniors who prefer softer, easier-to-eat meals. Prepared these ways, bell peppers become far more than a splash of color on your plate. They become a dependable source of vitamin C that protects your cells, strengthens your tissues, and helps your eyes stay properly hydrated. Still, vitamin C alone can't do the whole job, and that brings us to our next vegetable. Number 4. Mushrooms. Mushrooms might not look like much, but they carry nutrients that play a genuinely important role in supporting your vision as you age. One of their key contributions is helping your body put vitamin A to effective use, something essential for maintaining clear, stable eyesight. Nutrients inside the body rarely work alone, they depend on one another to do their jobs properly. Mushrooms help make sure the nutrients your eyes need are properly activated and delivered exactly where they're needed most, especially to the retina, the sensitive layer at the back of the eye responsible for converting light into images. For the retina to function well, it needs steady support from nutrients and healthy cellular activity, and mushrooms quietly contribute to that process. A 2020 study published in Biological Trace Element Research found that mushrooms contain compounds that support eye tissue function, cellular health, and overall structural balance throughout the body. Mushrooms can also help support the structural health of seniors' eye cells, supplying nutrients that assist in maintaining proper cell function. When those cells are well supported, they're better equipped to do their job of processing light and sending visual signals to the brain. Did you know that adding mushrooms to your diet can also improve how your body builds and maintains protein? Let's break down what that actually means. Mushrooms aren't a major protein source on their own, but the protein they do provide helps build strong tissue, support eye health, and maintain overall bodily strength. While their protein content is modest, mushrooms still contribute valuable nutrients that work alongside other foods to support your overall health. Mushrooms are low in calories yet rich in natural compounds that support overall wellness, including antioxidants that help ease stress on the body's cells. On top of that, they support general immune function. And beyond vitamin A, mushrooms also contain B vitamins and other trace nutrients that fuel energy production and support nerve function. So while mushrooms might seem unassuming, they play a meaningful role in maintaining the internal systems that keep your eyes, cells, and body functioning well. Now let's get into 4 ways you can prepare mushrooms. The first is a mushroom stir-fry. Begin with fresh, firm mushrooms free of dark spots or moisture damage. Rinse them briefly under cool water to remove dirt, then pat them dry with a clean towel. Avoid soaking them, since mushrooms absorb water quickly and can turn soggy when cooked. Slice them into evenly sized, medium-thick pieces for consistent cooking and texture. Warm a heavy-bottomed frying pan over medium heat for about a minute, then add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and let it heat until it shimmers, without letting it smoke. Add finely sliced onions first, sautéing for 2 to 3 minutes until they turn soft, translucent, and lightly golden at the edges. This builds a flavorful base. Add the sliced mushrooms next, stirring right away to coat them in the oil and onions. They'll release some water at first, which is completely normal. Keep cooking over medium heat until that liquid evaporates and the mushrooms start to brown slightly. Season lightly with salt and a touch of black pepper, stirring to let the seasoning soak in. Continue cooking for another 3 to 5 minutes until the mushrooms turn tender, flavorful, and lightly caramelized at the edges. Remove from heat and serve warm. This method brings out both flavor and texture while preserving the mushroom's natural nutrients. Another option is mushroom pepper soup. Rinse the mushrooms gently to remove dirt, pat them dry, then slice into small, bite-sized pieces so they cook evenly and soak up flavor. Warm 2 to 3 cups of water or a light chicken or vegetable stock in a pot over medium heat until it begins to simmer. While it heats, prepare your seasoning base by finely chopping or blending fresh onions, garlic, and a small piece of ginger. This creates a deep, aromatic foundation for the soup. Once the liquid starts to simmer, add the onions, garlic, and ginger, letting them cook for 3 to 5 minutes so their flavors infuse the broth. Next, add the sliced mushrooms, stirring gently and letting them cook slowly in the seasoned broth. As they cook, they'll release a rich, earthy flavor that deepens the soup. Season with ground pepper, a pinch of salt, and, if you like, a bouillon cube, stirring everything together. Lower the heat and let the soup simmer for 10 to 15 minutes, allowing the mushrooms to soften fully and absorb the broth's flavor. For a thicker texture, lightly mash a few mushrooms in the pot or let the soup reduce a bit longer. Taste and adjust the seasoning as needed, then remove from heat and let it rest a minute before serving warm. This soup is light, soothing, and easy to digest, a comforting way to enjoy the natural benefits of mushrooms. The third option is grilled mushroom. Choose fresh, firm mushrooms with smooth caps and no signs of spoilage. Clean them gently with a damp cloth or a quick rinse, then pat them completely dry. This matters, since excess moisture can prevent proper grilling and browning. Leave larger mushrooms whole or slice them thickly. Smaller ones can be grilled whole for the best texture and juiciness. Prepare a simple marinade by mixing 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil with a pinch of salt, black pepper, and, if you like, herbs such as thyme or garlic powder. This enhances flavor while keeping the mushrooms moist as they cook. Toss the mushrooms in the marinade until evenly coated, and let them sit for 5 to 10 minutes to absorb the flavors. Heat a grill pan or outdoor grill over medium heat until hot before adding the mushrooms. This helps create a good sear and keeps them from sticking. Arrange them in a single layer, without overcrowding, so they cook evenly. Grill for 3 to 5 minutes on one side without moving them too much, letting a light golden crust form, then flip gently and grill the other side for another 3 to 5 minutes. You'll notice them turning softer, lightly browned, and giving off a rich, earthy aroma. Brush on a little more olive oil during grilling if needed to keep them moist. Once done, remove from heat and let them rest briefly before serving. They should turn out tender and lightly charred on the outside, perfect as a side dish or added to salads, rice, or eggs for an extra nutritional boost. Now that we've covered the vegetables that support eye health, let's talk about 4 common habits among seniors that quietly work against their vision. You won't want to miss this part. Number 1. Ignoring early changes in vision. Many seniors notice subtle shifts in their eyesight but choose to brush them off. It might start as slight blurriness while reading, needing brighter light to see clearly, or squinting more than usual. Some may also find it takes longer for their eyes to adjust between light and dark spaces. Because these changes seem minor, they're often dismissed, it's just age, or it's nothing serious. Instead of taking action, people adapt, holding things closer, cranking up the brightness, or simply learning to live with the discomfort. But here's the problem, these small signs aren't random. They're early warning signals from the body. Your eyes don't suddenly stop working overnight. In most cases, vision problems develop gradually, and the body starts signaling trouble early on. When those signs go unaddressed, the underlying issue keeps growing quietly beneath the surface. Slight blurriness, for instance, could be an early sign that the eyes are struggling to focus. Needing extra light might mean they're no longer responding to light as efficiently as before. Frequent squinting can signal that the eyes are working harder than they should just to see clearly. Ignore these signals long enough, and the eyes are forced to strain for extended periods, which can worsen the condition and delay the care it needs. Complicating matters further, many eye conditions don't cause pain in their early stages, making them all too easy to overlook. By the time symptoms become impossible to ignore, the condition may have already advanced considerably. So the real danger isn't just the change in vision itself, it's the delay in responding to it. Fortunately, the fix at this stage is simple: pay attention early, and act early. Speak up about any changes, no matter how small they seem. The sooner a problem is caught, the easier it is to manage. Let me share a real story to illustrate this. A woman in her early 70s began noticing her vision wasn't as sharp as it used to be. She needed brighter light to read and often had to squint to see clearly. At first, she brushed it off as a normal part of aging, choosing to simply brighten her home and hold her books closer rather than get it checked. Months passed, and the problem gradually worsened. Reading became harder, and she found herself avoiding activities she used to enjoy. Eventually, her family convinced her to have her eyes examined. The doctor explained that the issue had started long before, it simply hadn't been addressed in time. Here's the takeaway: her problem could have been caught and corrected far sooner, and with far less difficulty. Number 2, reading or working in poor lighting. Another habit to watch for is doing close work, reading, sewing, or similar tasks, in dim, shadowy, or uneven light. Sometimes it's simply a habit built over years, other times, people don't even realize the lighting has become insufficient. When lighting is poor, the eyes have to work much harder to focus, straining to make out details, which can lead to discomfort, headaches, and blurred vision. Over time, the repeated strain leaves the eyes feeling tired more often and reduces overall visual comfort, especially for older adults. The fix is straightforward: always use bright, evenly distributed lighting for close-up tasks. Natural daylight is ideal, but a good reading lamp positioned directly over your work can help just as much. The goal is simply to make text or objects easy to see without forcing your eyes to struggle. This brings to mind one of my patients, Mary, a retired teacher who loved reading every evening, but always in dim light. Over time, she noticed her eyes aching and the words on the page growing blurry. She became deeply discouraged, convinced her eyesight was failing, and stopped reading altogether. After talking her through it and learning that she always read in low light, I suggested she get a proper reading lamp. Once she switched to brighter lighting, reading became easy and enjoyable again. Good lighting doesn't just help you see, it keeps your eyes relaxed and healthy. The next habit isn't just common among children, plenty of adults do it too, often without even realizing it. Number 3, frequently rubbing your eyes. When your eyes feel itchy, tired, or slightly irritated, the instinctive response is to rub them with your fingers or palm. It feels soothing in the moment, which is exactly why it becomes such an unconscious habit. But as relieving as it feels, rubbing your eyes can do far more harm than good. Your hands touch countless surfaces throughout the day, picking up dirt, germs, and bacteria along the way. When you rub your eyes, all of that can transfer directly onto one of the most delicate parts of your body, leading over time to irritation, redness, or even infection. Constant rubbing can also put unnecessary pressure on the eye, potentially affecting its structure, a particular concern for older adults whose eye tissue is already more fragile. So instead of rubbing, try gentler, safer alternatives. Washing your face with clean, cool water can refresh the eyes and rinse away whatever's causing the irritation. A clean, damp cloth placed gently over closed eyes for a few minutes can also provide relief without any risk of harm. If dryness is the underlying issue, slowly blinking a few times or simply resting your eyes for a short while can help too. These small habits offer real relief while keeping your eyes protected. There was a 68-year-old woman who frequently complained of itchy eyes and had developed a habit of rubbing them repeatedly throughout the day, especially while watching television. At first, it seemed harmless enough, but over time, her eyes grew red and increasingly sensitive. During a routine checkup, I advised her to stop rubbing and instead rinse her face and use a clean cloth whenever the discomfort struck. Within just a few weeks, she noticed a significant improvement. Now that you know just how damaging eye rubbing can be, let's talk about the final habit, one that's especially common among seniors. I know life gets busy, with families and responsibilities pulling your attention in every direction, and often that means restless nights. But here's something worth knowing: poor sleep doesn't just affect your blood pressure, it affects your eyes too, and that's exactly what we'll cover now. Number 4. Poor sleep routines. Did you know that sleeping too late, waking up too early, or consistently missing out on quality rest can actually damage your eyes? Some seniors stay up watching television, scrolling on their phones, or lying awake worrying, all of which chips away at the quality of their sleep. Over time, this becomes a pattern, and the body never gets the full rest it needs, and that lack of rest takes a direct toll on your eyesight. Let me share the story of a 68-year-old woman who frequently complained that her eyes felt heavy and blurry every morning. She assumed it was simply age catching up with her. But after adjusting her sleep routine, she began to notice real change. Within a few weeks, her eyes felt less strained, and her vision grew noticeably more comfortable throughout the day. So if your eyes have been feeling tired or heavy lately, don't brush it off. Your sleep routine may be trying to tell you something important. Here's the good news: every single habit we've covered today can be changed, and your eyes can start responding the moment you make the effort. It's never too late to protect your sight. If this video helped you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss what we share here. My next video will be just as eye-opening, and you'll want to be here for it. See you in the next one.